Hey, good morning. Can you guys hear me? Can you send me a chat or a thumbs up if you can hear me? All right, excellent. I am so sorry. I tried to go and it just started spinning on me. So got a little bit of a late start, but we'll jump right in here. I'm glad to see there are quite a few of you in here. Excellent. Okay, wonderful. Well, I see that we have a bunch of people on here. I have my coffee. You can see. You might notice that it's an Eagles mug. The news football season's underway, and the game last night was great. So I'm in the spirit. This is, of course, in my opinion, the most wonderful time of the year. All right, so we're a little bit late. We're going to kick this off. Please feel free to ask any questions or comment in the chat while we take this 5-minute coffee break. All right, so today I'm going to share a couple of tips and a few of my favorite free resources for username and email address open source investigations. But first, I think it's important to think about why we would want to do this. There are a lot of different scenarios where this type of research can really come in handy. A couple examples might be maybe somebody in your organization received a threat on social media, and you want to try to figure out who's behind that, who's the person behind that username. Or maybe you're preparing to do an interview, and it's a good idea to know a little bit something about the employee or the subject you're going to talk to. So if you're planning to do an interview, you might want to know, for example, if the employee has worked there for 5 weeks or 5 years, right? But I would say that there's always some level of background that you want to learn about the subject. And when you locate somebody's social media profile, regardless of which social media platform it is, you can really learn a lot about them, whatever they include in their bio or their profile or even their about me section. An Instagram bio can sometimes show you what a person cares about. All of these things, can help you craft effective rationalizations. This can take some of the guesswork out of the process for you. All right, here are a few of my favorite tips. The first one is if you have a, what do we got here? Rams, okay. If you have a personal email for somebody, so say you have a Yahoo account or a Gmail account, you might already know their username. For example, if I use EaglesFan123 as my email, EaglesFan123@gmail.com, for example, there's a chance that I might also use EaglesFan123 as my username on Twitter or my username on Instagram. Of course, that's not always the case, but you would be surprised how often that actually works. The more unusual, the more unique the username is, the more likely that it will be available across multiple platforms and that the same person will select that across multiple sites. All right, so 3 of my favorite free resources for looking this up. The first one is thatsthem.com, thatsthem.com. If you go to that website, you can do quite a few different searches, and I find it to be really quite accurate. Another one that I really like for usernames is peekyou.com. That's peekyou.com. And again, this is just another resource. You can enter in a username that you're looking for, and oftentimes it will give you the information that you need. A newer one that's out there is called whatsmyname.app. So that's just what's my name altogether, and then .app. On there, that actually searches, I think they're up to 250 different platforms for a username to see where a username is used, and then it will allow you to download that and click on it. Obviously, just because they have the same username doesn't mean it's the same person. You'll still have to go through steps to verify that you have the same person. But again, just excellent tools, totally free to use. All right, so after you've checked those 3 platforms for username, you might want to also do a search using multiple search engines and even try using some search operators. So for those of you who don't know, search operators are just special characters or commands that you use in a search. Sometimes people say advanced operators, other terminology like that, but they really enhance your searches beyond just the text part of it. So for example, you could use quotation marks around a username, which would search for the exact match. You could also put an @ sign in front of the word, and that will then limit your search results to social media. And of course, then you have the asterisk, which is the wild card. So for example, if I use the username EaglesFan123, you might want to expand your search to see if maybe I'm potentially using EaglesFan124 or EaglesFan125 or some other variation of that. So you can just change the 3 to a wild card and then do your searching that way. So there you have it. 3 tools, 3 search operators for usernames. And if anybody has any questions, I'm super psyched about the go green birds, right? Love that. Are there any other questions before we go? I'm looking here in the search. Let's see. All right. Well, I guess if you guys don't have any questions, that will be our coffee break for today. Again, it's that'sthem.com, peeku.com, what'smyname.app, and the second website, sure, Peekyou. It's Peekyou. Let me just type it in here. There you go, peekyou.com. The other one is what'smyname.app. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you joining me this morning. And if you don't have any more questions, I guess we will end our coffee break. Have a great weekend.